Hi, I'm Kendrick, and this is Cooking for Love.
And I'm Kathleen Hall. I'm CEO of the Mindful Living Network, and I am here today with Kendrick to watch her work her magic.
Yes, and so today we picked out a sweet potato dish that is going to be perfect for Thanksgiving or Friendsgiving. It's something that is so nutritious, so good for you, with very few ingredients. And you can make this very quickly, and you will look like a star when you take it to your Thanksgiving party. So if you have no questions, I love starting with a sweet potato and teaching how to cut, because cutting is very important. If you notice, I've cut it so that it's flat on the bottom. This keeps it from going all over the place and having to cut yourself and everything. So you want to always take your sweet potato, cut it in half, and then put it on its flat side. Now, another hint is if you're in a hurry, cut this in very small pieces and then throw it in the steamer. It'll cut your cooking time down by half at least. So I'm going to go ahead and cut.
And you know, the neat thing is when I didn't know much about sweet potatoes until I married Jim. And Jim's mama, she made them in big chunks, so, you know, it would take an hour or a long time for them to cook. So I didn't really use them that often. I had little kids. I was busy all the time. And then the other misnomer was I thought you only had sweet potatoes for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Oh, no.
And then my daughter, you know, who's a doctor and runs around and is a nutrition freak, they have one every couple days they have.
Absolutely.
So they're so versatile,
They're
more than I
so
thought.
versatile. And there's so many great things you can do with regional spices. You can completely change the complexity of the dish just by changing the spices. Now what I did here, if you can see, is I've cut these very thin, and these are going to cook a lot faster. And you can even cut that in half if you want to. And so there we are. Now, I have steamed. You can boil, but I prefer to steam because it keeps all of your nutrients in. Also, I left some of the skin on. I used my peeler, and I sort of did a stripe, and I took some skin off, I left some skin on. So
And
now,
you do that for nutrition?
Absolutely, for nutrition. So now I have steamed. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to put this in my mixing bowl. Just like this.
And also, they are so nutritious, filled with folic acid. They also, vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E.
Now, I'm going to take this, and I'm going to mash it, which is very easy to do. And see, since I've cut it in such small pieces, it's so easy to mash. So you can take a hand masher or an electric mixer, but I prefer doing it by hand. Now, what I've done also, you want to season to taste. But what I've done, now that I'm finished, takes a little longer to do this. Now, I have got butter, about 2 tablespoons, and I've got 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. I always like to make sure that there's enough saltiness because you like sweet and salty. Also, I've got milk. So I've got about 3 tablespoons of milk. So I'm going to go ahead and mix this now. Let me show you this. I'm going to mix this. Now, the other thing that makes this really nice for Thanksgiving is I've got some Thanksgiving spices. So I've got some cinnamon and nutmeg. Now, you want to be real careful with cinnamon. Cinnamon's a very strong spice, but nutmeg is even stronger. And you don't want people eating this going, oh my gosh, that's nutmeg. So I put like just a teeny bit of nutmeg, just a little, sort of a pinch. And then I've got my cinnamon, and so I'm going to go ahead and put a little more cinnamon.
Because is that true that you can always add more?
Yes, you can always add more. Can't take it out. Can't take it out. Can't take it out. So now it's really nice. I also left some of the pieces so they're not mushy. I've got some pieces. So now, and also a little salt, because salt and sweet is so good. So you want to make sure you've got it, you want to taste it again. I put some salt in the water when I boiled it. So now let's go ahead and just take a little piece. Why don't you take a little piece, see if you like it.
I'm going to get a little spoon out of this drawer right here, if you don't mind. There's one for you and one for me. Oh my God.
So good.
Oh, Kendrick.
So all you do now is you put this in your dish. And then you can serve it like this, and it's so good. Or you can also, you sort of spread it out. I've also put together a topping, which is really nice. And so the topping is basically, and I've pre-mixed it here, but basically it's pecans, sugar, a little bit of gluten-free flour, and butter. And so you can take this, and I've already mixed it up together. So you can just put this on top, put it in the oven at 350, and this is going to be so nice and crusty. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that the whole recipe is online so you can find it. And then here this is already in a serving bowl, and I did not do the topping, but this is what it looks like cooked. So I hope.
And could you take
enjoy
that
it.
topping and put it in and fill them? I mean, make a stuffed potato or whatever that. What do they call those? You know, when you take them out, clean them, mush them up, and put them back
Oh
in.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you could also do that too. You could just cut it in half and scoop it out and just put it back in for twice
that
baked
is
potato.
delicious.
Yeah, it's really good. So I hope you enjoy. I hope you'll try it. It's simple and you'll be so you'll be a star. if you take
And
this.
also something I wanted to mention, since at the Mindful Living Network, we're very interested in nutrition
Yes.
and diseases and things. I want you to know that this boosts your brain power. It
Yes.
actually changes the brain. This is called a superfood.
Yes.
Also, it helps with your immune system if you are struggling with the flu or a cold or cancer or anything like that. It's absolutely amazing. It helps with inflammation, any inflammatory disease you have. So sweet potatoes are a superfood. I would say try to maybe at least once a week incorporate them into your diet. If you have small children, teach them how to, start them early,
Absolutely.
teach them how to eat them. And that's also what I loved about the way you mashed these, and I just tasted it,
Yeah.
is, and I'm going to get me a little more too,
That's right.
is that, I'm telling you, you have no idea how good these
It's
are.
so good. I know. I love everything.
Is, oh my God. I mean,
so good.
and I love how you put the cinnamon, and was
Thank
it
you.
close?
Nutmeg.
Nutmeg, but you can't taste it. And
That's
isn't that
the
the
key.
secret of
The
great
secret.
spices, is not
Yes.
to have somebody taste something
Not
and
to
go, oh.
overdo it. Yes, you don't want them to taste it and go, oh, nutmeg. You know, you want it just to
Right.
be nice and smooth and a little something they can't quite tell what it is. So we'll do more sweet potato recipes so you can find more ways to make it. But that's it today.
But
and I
thank
hope
you very
enjoy
much,
it.
and
Thank you.
I'm going to end with thanking her, because now we're going to bring more sweet potatoes into our family for sure, especially with aging and keeping that brain up. But also all of you who are working all these long jobs, this is restorative food,
It is.
isn't it?
It
It's
really is.
nourishing. So
It
thank
is.
you for joining us today.
Thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving and cook for love.